She is woman, so beautiful. She is strong. She is strong. Oh yeah. She is powerful, sophisticated and confident, so strong.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video, guys. Welcome back. Yes, welcome back. Based on the title, you realize that today's video is about workplace relationships. Can it work? Why or why not? So I posted a question on my Instagram page, WhatsApp, Twitter, you know, all of my social media pages, and I got some very interesting responses as to what people think, what are their opinions on workplace relationships, and I'll be going through those responses today for this video. I'll also share my own personal opinion. So as I go through each response, I'll share my own opinion, and of course I'll give you my overall opinion at the end of everything. But guys, before we get into that, guys, I realize that majority of the persons who watch my videos might not necessarily have subscribed. So if you're here and you have not yet hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do so, guys. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe to my channel. So just hit that little red button right below the video here and subscribe, and hit that bell too, guys, because you know the next time I post a video, I want you guys to come on over and watch and support me, right? So go ahead and hit the subscribe button. So let's get into that. So yeah, guys, ladies and gentlemen, so I have the screenshots of the responses on my laptop, so I'll be looking over sometimes to read it to you. I'll try my best as possible to put up the images of what the responses are, but it not must happen for all of them, but I'll try. So let's get into the responses. So this person said, and I cut their names out, so unless while I'm reading it I remember if it's a male or a female, I cut the names out so I won't necessarily remember who it is. But this person said, I think that if you're a person who values privacy, then it would be difficult to make a workplace romance work out. It opens up the gates for too many people to be in your business, especially if the company is small. I personally would not go there. If push comes to shove and the relationship goes sour, you won't be able to avoid this person unless someone quits their job, or you'll also be subject to ridicule and office gossip. Alright. Points of this that I agree with. Values privacy for real, because I think office relationships kind of are open, especially if it depends on the person. So it can be a case where if everybody know, if one person might value privacy and don't really want their entire office in their business, so it can cause problems there. As it says, it opens gates for a lot of people to be involved in your relationship. Especially if the company is small, everybody gonna know in one little office space, everybody gonna know what's happening. If you're vexed, everybody knows say you're vexed. When you're happy and mushy, everybody know. And if one of the partners is a very talkative person who tell everybody your business, then everybody gonna know what's going on in your relationship. And I don't think everybody's able to deal with that. As the person says, if push come to shove and things go sour, then somebody might quit their job, because it might make the environment so uncomfortable that one decides that they have to leave, especially depending on how it is the relationship ended. And then now the one person that leaves is still going to be office gossip, you know, still going to be office gossip, because everybody's going to know that you and John was friends and John resigned because of a breakup and him couldn't take it no more. Yes, I'm saying that the man is going to resign and he couldn't take it anymore, and the female might become office gossip. This person says that, I remember who this is, says it speaks from experience. Both persons have to be mature. It really doesn't matter if you keep your personal life private, people will still gossip, so maturity is necessary. It depends on what your job entails. You're not always going to be around your partner. Yeah, maturity level, of course, goes back to what I was saying with the last point, because the immature person might come back to the office and chat all of your business, while the mature person might be able to manage and balance work-life balance and be very professional while at work, and it's not everybody is able to do that. I don't know if you know of any experiences within your workplace of office relationships, or if you have been in one for yourself. Share it below and let us discuss what you think about it. Do you think that it does depend on your maturity level whether or not you'd be able to manage having it in the workplace without becoming office gossip? Let me know in the description. Let me know in the comment section if you agree with this person in terms of it being really dependent on your maturity level as to whether or not you'll be able to balance having a relationship in your work environment. This one was very long. This person said, alright, I'm gonna move the laptop because I'm more to read and look at you guys, yeah. So this person said, yes, some offices have policies against it. Yes, some don't, and yes, there can be challenges. However, I don't think it's a one-size-fits-all situation. We are inherently social beings, whether introverts or extroverts. We connect with people, and it's not always intentional. Yeah, because that's true. It's not in all cases that you are in office expecting to find your soulmate. Sometimes it just happens. Sometimes you just connect. We're social beings. You connect, and it can cause you to not unexpectedly fall for someone. As it says, it can be challenging, can cause challenges, because introverts or extroverts, we can still find somebody or become attracted to somebody within your workplace. So it's not always intentional. If you interact in a particular space for a long enough time, attachments of different types are formed, which is true. Falling in love or having a relationship with someone at work, therefore, is expected sometimes. I agree. With it comes additional responsibilities. I think, though, remaining professional and fairly objective, especially if persons work closely enough. Separating personal actions, etc., from the workplace is also important. And not everybody knows how to do that. Additionally, if both persons are at a different level in the organization, the relationship should be known, especially by HR, to prevent nepotism. Where this person here speaks about if it is known, you should tell HR, especially if they are at different levels. I've seen this in an organization at our work where both persons were in the same department doing the same job. They were dating and still functioning in the same department because the company doesn't really have an issue with relationships. But it got to a point where the male was promoted to team lead supervisor position, and as such the female was moved to another department. So I know for this company, it's a case where once there's a balance, it's not interfering the work, then they allow it. They do also allow for you to be in a relationship if you're in separate departments. But the problem is where there's a case where you are in the same department but at different levels, then that's where you're going to have a problem. And it also comes down to how you manage the situation as well, because if you can both be in the same department, and two couples can be in the same department, and one you'd never know because they're so professional about it, and the next set just don't know how to control themselves. They're all touchy and forgetting that it's the workspace that they're in, and every little thing that the partner does, person talking to somebody else, affects them. Even if it's not in a flirting way, it affects them. So it all depends on, you can have two different types of relationship really happening in any workplace, in any office. Alright, so this person, I remember who this person is, and I kind of agree with what the person said. The person says, love finds you anywhere. If it is God's will, it will work. You will know if you are able to be in each other's presence for long periods of time, or if it gets on your nerves. Different strokes for different folks. So really and truly, I kind of agree with this, I really do. Because you'll find that spending the time they spend around each other, then you'll know that if it is the person irritates you. You'll know if you're able to be in each other's presence for long periods of time. So if it is that constantly seeing the person at work irritates you, then maybe that person is just not for you. Because what happens now? Think about now for persons who are working from home, that are in quarantine or you're stuck at home together. Is it a case now where persons' relationships would have problem because you're in the same workspace? Well, I do know that there are some cases where people actually work in different rooms. So one will set up an office in the bedroom, one is in the dining room. If they don't have a work office, one in the dining room, one in the work office. So it all depends on person. This person said different strokes for different folks. It works for some persons and it won't necessarily work for others. This person is similar to one of the maturity ones I read. It said it can work if both individuals are mature, meaning if it doesn't work out, they both go their separate ways. So it doesn't necessarily affect you in the workplace if it is you try and it just never work. Like other romance, try not to get the public involved in your love life so you can take your LS in private. I guess your losses, I don't know. For me personally, I don't believe in it unless we were together before and we so happen to be in the same office. But I love to miss people, honestly. Don't want to be so much in someone's space. Yeah, that's true. It can be a case, what if it is you both get employed? What if we work for two separate companies in the same kind of job, same kind of industry, and they merge and we end up in the same office? Are you going to say that it cannot work? Because there are some companies who won't necessarily have a problem with that. But I understand here the person, but I love to miss people, honestly. Don't want to be in so much up in somebody's space. We all sometimes want space, and sometimes, you know, having that time at work separate from seeing each other. Well, this is really in the case of persons who live together, seeing each other in the morning and the evenings. You know, you want that little check-in day, that lunchtime call, that in the day text to see if you're alright and such. And then if you don't get none, you want to feel that little miss so you can check in as well. You understand? This person said, I don't think it can. Flings maybe, but a whole relationship, nah. I think flings are more messy. It can be more messy because that's where you will have office gossips. That's where you'll have cases of misunderstanding where maybe the guy thinks it was a fling but the girl thought it was serious, and that's where it's going to affect the job. So flings, no, I don't agree with flings. I can understand if you get serious, a serious relationship is blooms from it, blooms in the office, but flings can be more messy. This person says, just know that couples have to learn when they have arguments, keep it professional, their job comes first as you enter the workplace. So, have an argument, you know, just as how people in customer service say that they put on a mask when they go to work in the morning to have that nice, perky, happy life face going for your clients that you're seeing in the day. Put on a nice mask for your co-workers and pretend like you're getting along all day after work. No go back to ashing out on the problems. Don't bother come ash out on the problem at the people in workplace. So this person says it can and it can't. It depends on the individuals and their mindsets. I married my co-worker, so I'm speaking from experience. It isn't easy because you see this person basically for the whole day. You can see every little detail, but not everyone is equipped to handle certain things. Feelings, actions, and thoughts can be misunderstood at times. But if the couple is a couple that works things out together for the betterment of their relationship, it can. Alright, so where I agree with this, in terms of where, let's say, every little you can, but throughout the day, if you see every little detail and you're not equipped to handle it, goes back to where I'm saying that you might see one person flirting, well, not necessarily flirting, but somebody flirting with your partner, and you get upset, and then you and that person in the office stop talk because you feel like the person will look your man or the person will look your woman, and then conflict starts in the workplace. Sometimes it's not even, it's like friendly things happening and you just see it wrong because you have other issues with the partner. So it depends, as it says, how equipped you are to handle certain situations, and misunderstandings can happen and you can deal with it wrong. You probably have bubbled too much and can't wait till they reach home to talk about it, and you just go and explode other people in workplace. This one now was an experience. Someone in an HR role shared with me, an HR high position in HR. The person said that nope, separation is key, as HR is a nightmare, because when the breakup gets nasty, it reach in my business, I'm if you fire good people. One time if I fire to a good top performer because the man got cheat with somebody else, and she find out and start fighting at the people in office. One piece of pricky, and me tell her to walk far from the sweet mouth boy, you see. Additional paperwork for HR, and me don't want the hassle, go fall in love somewhere else. Now from an HR perspective you can understand, because when there's an issue it becomes HR's issue. So you break up and it starts to affect the productivity of your department, the productivity of the company, then it becomes HR's problem. And as she said here, you have to fire your good people. Fire your good people. Sometimes, alright, so I know with a case where a company with relationships starts within a department, they in most cases will not move the high performer. They'll move the lower performer to another department. But in this case, you're saying now, if it's a case where the high performer is the person causing the issue, the high performer is the person who busts the fights and cuss every day and just disturbing everybody else, carrying down the morale of the department, upsetting people every day with them bad energy, them bad vibes and everything, then the good performer going to end up going them yard. If there's nowhere else for me to transfer you to, where else you're going to go to your yard? Walk far from the sweet mouth, boy. Alright, so this person says, I think it can because you spend most of your awake hours at work. So lots of quality time is spent with someone who can relate to a big part of your life, but also based on the individual and their intentions were genuine from the start. I understand. This person says, don't like it, I hate hard. That means if we break up because of your foolishness, don't think you can come talk to me at work. Alright. This one now is where I have a problem. Right? The person says, I hate hard. That means if we break up, don't come to me because of your foolishness. What if our roles are related? What if we depend on each other to get our job done? It's going to affect us. It's going to affect the company. And somebody might just lose their job. So, like this person now, try your best to avoid liking, even looking for nobody to to think you're gonna like them. Because at the end of the day, this kind of energy will not work, and this is one of the reasons why companies have it in their policy to not have workplace relationships, because you have a bad separation and then it then affects the company and it don't look good, it just don't look good. This person said, there is a couple at my job that one sits in front of the other, and the guy always tells me about his girlfriend, but I just recently found out that it's the lady behind him he was talking about. They barely talk at work despite being next to each other, which is very funny because they are both in the same office space. So this sounds like they're different desks in the office space, but they don't talk to each other. And this person did not find out that they were a couple from them. So they have found a balance to not let their relationship affect them at work. This is what you call professionalism. This is very admirable. It reminds me of my experience with workplace relationship. I did have one once. It was for about 2 or 3 months. The thing is though, even though it was a small company, we were in the same office space in a way, but one was upstairs, one was downstairs. And our interactions were limited as best as possible at work. Though we bought each other lunch or breakfast, we did it in a way that just seemed like nice co-workers. So come downstairs, hi Miss Blair, I'm going over to buy lunch now. Want me to get you anything? Sure, buy me a small fried chicken and cran water, I'll pay you when you come back. When we're leaving work, one leaves, because everybody leaves work at the same time, so it's not going to be obvious that we are leaving together or anything like that. One leaves and goes out to the taxi stand, to the area that we wait on taxi. The other one leaves. Yes, most cases we go into the same taxi, but it doesn't look anyway because we're leaving with other co-workers. If after work he would be coming to see me, we would never be seen at my taxi stand together. I would take my taxi home, then he would take another one. I remember one time I went to the supermarket and he was in the supermarket with me, but we were in different aisles. Going through the supermarket and I saw my manager. So I'm like, hi. So after I passed her and I went into another aisle, I'm like, hey, Miss James in here, you know? So he just meet me out the road. And he left because I didn't want it to be a case where she saw both of us, even though in different aisles, and just assumed we were there together. So yeah, as best as possible, we tried to minimize. We might have been seen once or twice in the town together, but it was in no way that could suggest or indicate that we were dating. So, there wasn't really a strict rule in the company against relationships, because there were relationships. I was aware of relationships within the company, but you just have to know to balance, as I say, it's your maturity level and how best we can be professional in the environment. So this person said there are married people at my workplace too, and they work different shifts. It's amazing in itself. I really guess it's up to the persons. Well, in this case, they work on different shifts, so I don't see it affecting the company anyway, because they're not seeing each other. So I think in this case, I can understand why they allow it, because I don't see any issues there. So this person was responding to the person who said marriage, they're the married couple. So the person said, yes, it depends. I think it has a high chance of working out if the couple is more stable or long-term, like marriage. Yeah, but so many possible complications. How would they relate at work? For example, if one is a manager and the other a subordinate, you can have bias, favoritism, which can affect the whole team. Other teammates can get jealous, that's where there's an issue with you being in the same department at different levels. If they have a fight at home, it can transfer to work and affect it. If both people are emotionally mature and able to separate work from home, it will be less of an issue. But they have to be intentional about it, which I agree with. This person says it's not a yes or no question, it's a me or you. What works for you may not work for me. I know married couples that work at the same place and seem to be fine. And then you have others that don't stand a chance. All relationships are based on the people involved, regardless of where they are. And this is honestly, this actually sums up everything. It's a me and you issue. I might be able to manage it, you might not. I might not be so jealous at work, you might be. Or it's a me and you, it's super real. This person said this because saying, but they said, for like a summer intern or a temporary employee, then yes. But it's a permanent worker, I would say no. I say a no-go. Also the rule, you should not take a dump where you eat. This person says it's not healthy because feelings come into the office place, and when you have a disagreement, it comes out in the work. Being around the person so much brings out unnecessary jealousy, which is true. So the last ones I want to read, I think I'm going any further, is this person says no, business and pleasure doesn't go together. Most people, this is a different person, says most people do not know boundaries, church and state. So let's say there's a disagreement in a relationship in your private space. Not a lot of people are emotionally intelligent to not let it spill over in the work environment, which is so true. And even the other way around. You both disagree on something work related and you take it home and it affects your relationship. Girl, I do not recommend it at all. It's usually messy, and for me personally, I'm supposed to see you at work all day then go home to you. Lol, nah fam. LOL. So this person is saying that, which is true, it can spill over both ways. All along we were looking at it in a case where the home might spill over into the workplace, or your relationship might spill into the workplace if it is that you guys don't live together. But this person is also, she's saying that it can be vice versa as well. Work can spill into your home life or your relationship and cause problems in your home and in your relationship. Nobody really looked at it this way. Thanks for this one. So yeah, it can get messy. And see how she ended, she said, must see her work and then see her at home. Nope. So yeah. So guys, let me know in the comment section your views. What do you think about workplace relationships, workplace intimate relationships, that is? Do you think they can work? Do you agree with them? I know a few cases of people who actually has worked for. As I said, I tried it. Did last, well, was only for 2 months of my relationship that we were actually 2 or 3 months that we were actually working together. But we did find a balance. I really don't know how it would have worked if we were working together for longer. So yeah. So guys, that's the end of today's video. Let's continue this chat, this discussion down in the comment section. Let me know what are your thoughts. Do you think that office romance, workplace romances can survive, they can work, and under what situations or conditions do you think they can work? Let me know in the comment section, guys. Let me know what your feedback is on any of the comments or opinions that I've shared from persons who have responded to my request. So let me know what you think about these opinions and share your own opinions. Leave me a thumbs up. Leave me a thumbs up, guys, if you liked this video. If you want to see similar content like this, other discussions, you can let me know down below other topics that you'd like for us to discuss. Yes, so leave me a thumbs up, leave me those comments, share this video with anybody you think that would be interested in this content. And of course, guys, if you are here and you are now at the end of the video and you have not yet hit that subscribe button, go ahead and subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. Share, ask your friends to subscribe, and hit the notification bell so the next time I post, you can come on over and see my content, right? So guys, until next time, naturally fam, until next time, stay naturally. Bye.
Yeah, welcome to my